Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Monday, the 12th of July 2021. In today's Millwall news, we have this story from news@den.co.uk, and it's Gary Rowett speaking about Tyler Burey. So let's have a read of this. Millwall boss on the next stages in Tyler Burey's development and possible loan deal. Gary Rowett is considering all possible scenarios in Tyler Burey's development as he weighs up whether to send the 20-year-old out on loan or keep him as part of the first team at Millwall. Having spent the majority of his first year with the Lions in the under-23 setup, Burey became a regular part of Rowett's senior squad last season, appearing 15 times in all competitions. His solitary start came in the FA Cup victory at Boreham Wood back in January, although the former AFC Wimbledon youngster often came off the bench late in games, featuring in all but one of Millwall's final 5 championship fixtures. 19-year-old Hayden Muller has already joined St Johnstone on loan, which is where Danny McNamara gained valuable experience last season, but Rowett is going to assess Burey in pre-season before coming to a decision over his next steps. He said, when you have a young player that's been on the cusp of the first team and has played some games and has made some appearances, all the youngsters that we've got, we see as Millwall first team players. So the question we ask ourselves is, how can we get them into the first team? What's the best route? There's not always one perfect answer. Sometimes it's training with the first team, sometimes it's being around the group and appearing off the bench, and then occasionally we think that he needs 20 or 30 game opportunity to do what Danny McNamara did, and I think Tyler is in that boat. Whatever is the best scenario will play itself out, depending on opportunities, depending on how his pre-season goes, but he's a player we think a lot of, and he's done well for us, and we want to try and help him to make the next step. Whether that's out on loan or with the team, we will see. All of Burey's 14 league appearances for Millwall have come from the bench, but does Rowett believe the winger is ready for a first championship start? I think he's proven in training that he can perform to that level, said the Lions boss. I think the challenge is, until you put someone in to start the games, you don't know if they can handle the emotional side of it with the fans and all the different things. But he's a talented boy and he's very athletic. He's got a great attitude. He works hard. But a bit like Hayden Muller, we need to make the right decision to accelerate his development, and we're open-minded to what that is really. So there you go. Seems Rowett wants him to go out on loan. And we'll see if he does and where he goes. Moving on to this next story. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. This is South London Press's online website, and they say Paul Robinson slots seamlessly into Millwall coaching role. Gary Rowett says that Paul Robinson has smoothly integrated into Millwall's backroom team. The 42-year-old, who had played more than 750 first-team matches, was recently appointed first-team coach. Robinson has replaced Sean Williams, who combined playing with the role last season. The Irish midfielder signed for Portsmouth this summer following his release by the Lions. Robinson played for Watford, Birmingham, Bolton, Leeds and West Bromwich Albion, and had 7 campaigns in the Premier League. He retired in 2018 and moved into Birmingham's coaching setup. He was lead professional development coach before making the move to South London. Rowett said, when we appointed Willow as player coach last season, I think towards the end of the season we could see he probably really wanted to play more than he wanted to coach, so I had to be fair to him. When Willow left, it was an area off the pitch that we just felt we needed to improve. I'd worked with Robbo for 2 or 3 years at Birmingham. I kept in contact with him all the way through. He has got that experience of high-level performance, having played in the Premier League and having coached the under-23s and under-18s at Birmingham. He's got good coaching experience. You always look for people who can be a good fit for the club. People who will come in and show the same enthusiasm and passion that the rest of the staff work with. He was certainly one I felt would be a really, really good addition to our coaching staff. It's going really well so far. It's given Adam someone to bounce ideas off when I'm not around. There are 2 of them setting up sessions and working through sessions. It's nice to have a new coach with a bit of spunk about them, who wants to be really good at what they do. So there you go. Rowett singing the praises of his mate that he's brought in, which I'm sure he will do. And let's hope it works out, because everyone seems to think, and probably rightly so, that when Callum Davidson left, that left a massive hole that didn't get filled, and it affected Probably the results. Maybe it was the players. Maybe it was the players. Maybe it was Rowett's coaching style. He didn't have an ideas man. We don't really know what goes on behind the scenes, but something changed and it didn't change for the better. And especially the cherry on the top was when Davidson went to St John's to be a manager in his own right, and he won 2 cups. So you think, well, there's something about him. So he knows a little bit about how to win football games, and maybe that's what we were missing last season. So we'll see what happens with the new Paul Robinson, the older, and we'll see how that cracks on. That's it for today's video, short and sweet. This week coming up, we should have the home kit released, what that looks like, and we've got a game, the under-23s on Thursday. We are still waiting from news from Dulwich Hamlet or Millwall Football Club if fans will or will not be able to attend, how they will be able to attend, what the rules and regulations will be. So that's it. I'll let you know about all that stuff in future videos this week. That's it for today's video. Thank you and goodbye.